Welcome to KR Films Entertainment Channel. Today I am going to explain a 2023 action thriller film called Extraction 2. The film opens with the last scene of the first part, where Tyler was injured in the neck during his last assignment in India. He falls from the top of the bridge into the river until his team reaches him and rescues him. They take him to Dubai for treatment due to the bullet being lodged in a dangerous position. He remains in a coma for over 8 months. Yaz begins to lose hope and tries to convince Nick to remove the ventilator. But she refuses, believing that Tyler will wake up from his coma. Eventually, Tyler does wake up and Nick is overjoyed. The journey of his treatment begins, particularly focusing on the injuries that have affected his movement. His psyche is devastated because he has become a wheelchair user after single-handedly eliminating an entire army. Nick tries to uplift Tyler's spirits and tells him that he fought death, implying that there must be a reason why he is still alive. The scene then shifts to Georgia, where we meet a farmer named Zurab. He receives news that his brother David has been sentenced to an additional 10 years for killing an officer. Distraught by this, Zurab contacts the head of the prison who has a strong relationship with him as Zurab was the one who appointed him in the prison. Zurab asks the prison head to find a way to release his brother, but the head explains that the Americans would not stay silent about the killing of an officer among them. He suggests that the best solution is for David to remain in prison. The prison head offers to allow David's family to live with him in prison, but Zurab is unconvinced and kills the prison head in the prison. We see David with his family. His wife, Kate, even talks to him and pleads for him to let their children out as they haven't seen the sun for years. However, David refuses and becomes violent toward Ted. Even their son Sandro overhears their conversation, and though he desires to escape prison, he consoles his mother, assuring her that he doesn't mind living in prison. After Tyler is discharged from the hospital, Nick takes him to a secluded house in Austria for further treatment. She gives him a box containing all his memories with his son, where we discover that his son had died years ago of cancer. Tyler gradually improves day by day. One day Tyler returns home after a walk and finds a stranger waiting for him in front of the house. The stranger informs Tyler that he has come to assign him a mission, but upon seeing Tyler's health condition, he doubts Tyler's ability to handle a gun. This angers Tyler and he shoots near the stranger, warning him that he is retired and no longer works. However, when the stranger mentions that the mission is on behalf of his ex-wife, Maya, Tyler becomes curious and listens to what the stranger has to say. The detective begins by telling Tyler about two brothers, David and Zurab, who fled to their uncle during their childhood to escape the civil war in Georgia. Under their uncle's guidance, they learned to fight. After growing up and returning to Georgia, they established a massive empire in arms and drug trade called Nagata. Over the course of 8 years, the detective reveals that Kevin Maya's sister is David's wife, and she seeks Tyler's help in rescuing her and her children from prison. Maya had asked the detective to contact Tyler for assistance. The detective informs Tyler that the mission will commence in 6 weeks. He warns Tyler about the negative army and the American army, emphasizing the need to evade both. Despite his initial reluctance due to his health condition, Tyler agrees to undertake the mission for Maya and contacts Nick. He begins training and working to regain his fitness in order to make a full recovery. On the day of the mission, someone from within the prison aids Tyler in gaining access. Nick informs him that he has 5 minutes to rescue the family before David becomes aware of their presence. Tyler successfully enters the cell where Kevin and her children are held. Kevin recognizes Tyler and she wakes her children, urging them to leave. However, Sandro refuses to go without his father, and Kevin assures him that his father will join them as they quietly make their way out. A child's door falls and creates a noise, alerting one of the prisoners, who informs the others about the escape attempt. Tyler decides to swiftly change the plan and enters a cell occupied by other prisoners. He engages in a fight, managing to defeat them and escape from the room. They navigate through the prison corridors and Tyler safely gets the children out just as they are about to leave. David appears, leading to a fierce battle between him and Tyler. Kevin intervenes by hitting David on the head, allowing Tyler to kill him. Realizing that the police have surrounded the prison, Tyler alters the plan once again. He escorts Kevin to the prison yard where numerous prisoners are attempting to escape. Tyler takes advantage of the ensuing chaos, but the prisoners turn hostile and attack them despite the danger. Tyler throws a bomb that scatters the prisoners and manages to escape the prison with Kevin. They quickly flee the scene, and Nick informs Tyler that news of David's death has reached the negative army. After their escape, they encounter then a gutsy army who opened fire on them. The car Tyler is driving crashes, resulting in Kevin's daughter sustaining a broken hand. Seeking refuge, they enter a steel factory and make their way through it. They managed to escape through a train, but a helicopter starts pursuing them. Tyler attempts to shoot down the helicopter. But then a gutsy army successfully boards the train. They make an effort to reach the control trailer in order to gain control of the train, but they confront Nick. Despite the odds, Nick is able to eliminate 3 of their attackers, but she gets stabbed by one of them. Meanwhile, Tyler successfully deals with the remaining assailants. He rushes to Nick's side and finds her injured. Upon attempting to stop the train, they realize that the brakes are not functioning. In a desperate move, they opt to crash the train in order to bring it to a halt. After escaping from the train, they find a boat waiting for them. However, Sandro refuses to board with them as he learns that his father is dead and he blames Tyler for his demise. Feeling betrayed by his mother, Sandra attacks Tyler and departs. Choosing to go his own way, Zarab arrives at the warehouse where his brother's body is located. Overcome with sadness as he recalls their shared memories, he remembers their father's abusive behavior, which resulted in Zarab losing his hearing and needing hearing aids filled with a desire for revenge against those who killed his brother. Zarab sets his plans in motion. Meanwhile, Tyler and his team arrive at a safe house where Yaz prepares the passports they will use for their upcoming travel. Taking advantage of the distraction, Sandro secretly calls his uncle, questioning him about his intentions regarding Sandra's mother. Sandra hesitates to reveal their location to his uncle to Nick's surprise. Tyler speaks to Kevin in Jordan, revealing their familial connection. Kevin notices Nick's distress and informs Tyler that Nick has feelings for him. Tyler, reflecting on his regrets, shares with Kevin his remorse over leaving Maya and their son who faced illness preparing his weapons. Tyler is approached by Sandro, who questions him about his father's death. Tyler explains that he killed Sandra's father to protect Kevin, as David had intended to harm her. However, Sandro remains skeptical. As Tyler notices a helicopter approaching, he urges the team to move. Witnessing Europe's men splitting into 3 groups, Tyler formulates a plan involving armored cars. Sandro, however, decides to abandon the team and reveals their location to his uncle Zurab amidst the attack from Europe's men. Tyler's team modifies their plan. Tyler instructs Nick and Yaz to make their way to the roof and board the helicopter, while he ensures Kevin and her daughter's safety and deals with the remaining enemies in a critical moment. Tyler saves Nick from falling and holds her hand. Zurab arrives, taunting Tyler and expressing his pleasure in witnessing his slow demise. He shoots Tyler in the hand, but Tyler fights through the pain and continues the intense fight. Nick regains consciousness and shoots the glass beneath Zurab, creating an opportunity for her to save Kevin and her daughter before Zero's men can reach them. Tyler and Zurab engage in a fierce battle. After the intense battle, Tyler gains the upper hand and is about to kill Zurab. But Nick intervenes, informing him that the helicopter has arrived and urging them to leave immediately. They make their way to the helicopter, but before Yazzie can board, Zurab shoots him. Tyler manages to rescue Yaz and they board the helicopter inside the helicopter. Tyler desperately tries to save Yaz, but unfortunately he has succumbed to his injuries and passes away. Nick is overcome with grief over the loss of her brother. The helicopter takes them to Tyler's home in Austria. Later they watched the news coverage of the street war that unfolded between Tyler's team and the Nagasaki army. Tyler takes the opportunity to console Nick over the death of her brother in the midst of their conversation. Maya arrives and expresses her gratitude to Tyler for helping her sister. Tyler apologizes to Maya for not being by her side during their son's final days. Tyler receives a call from Zurab, who informs him that if he wants to save Sandra's life, he must come alone to the city church. Despite Nick's attempts to dissuade him, Tyler decides to go. Upon reaching the church, Tyler eliminates Zora's men and enters the building, only to discover that Zurab has strapped Sandra with an explosive belt. Zurab commands Sandra to take the weapon from Tyler, and although Sandra initially complies, he hesitates when ordered to kill Tyler, who had killed his father. Nick intervenes, but Zurab threatens to detonate the explosive belt if she doesn't relinquish her weapon. Seizing the opportunity, Sandra strikes Zurab and flees. But Zurab shoots Nick multiple times before engaging in a fight with Tyler. In the end, Tyler prevails and kills Zurab. Tyler rushes to check on Nick, but their escape is interrupted by the arrival of US forces who arrest them. Nick, due to her critical condition, is transferred to a prison hospital. Maya visits Tyler in prison and assures him that she and her sister are in a safe place. Although their father's money has been seized by the police, Tyler discloses the location of the money to assist them. Maya shares that their son had always regarded Tyler as his role model, recognizing him for helping others. Tyler is later transferred to another prison, but during the journey, the car stops in a deserted area. The detective who had visited Tyler's home emerges and offers him a chance to be freed in exchange for working with him. Tyler objects, insisting that he cannot work without his team. Eventually, the detective brings Nick, and they embark on a new mission together. Tyler asks the detective for his name, hinting at the existence of a third installment of the movie. Thanks for watching.